Welcome back. It is still Sports Just right here on the KAFTAN TV studios. Yes, the Champions League might be over, but the Europa League and the Europa Conference League returns tonight. It was a disappointing outing for Manchester United. I'm sure they will beat themselves up for not picking up all 3 points. But the question is there hope for qualifications? I have an ex-Manchester United fan here with me on the show. I also have a Chelsea fan, but let me start with United fan. He's none other than KAFTAN. Good afternoon. I'm going to do that. I also have Bezalel. He's not in the Champions League. Hello, Bezalel. So which one is worse? Being in a United situation or not being in the Champions League at all?
See my lose.
Oh my God! I mean, you see how because it happens. I've seen you on the show.
I think they just wasted that slot. A slot they would have given a better
United fans, I mean, come on.
And do better. They gave it to United. Now we don't even know if they are going to.
You know, I mean, they are currently bottom of Group A. It's surprisingly. I mean, Copenhagen are second, 5 points. Galatasaray also third with 5 points. For United, they are fourth with 4 points. Now, Bayern Munich has obviously qualified. Yeah. They are safe. But the problem I have is the fact that United were playing Bayern Munich. And some people are saying, Bayern Munich has already qualified. So when they play, they might just be casual, like very casual about it. I mean, we saw that last night against Copenhagen. They played a goalless draw, and there was nothing to fight for. But then again, let's not forget Harry Kane plays for Bayern Munich. He used to be a Tottenham player, and we know how it was when Tottenham takes on Manchester United. And Manchester United is a ground that Harry Kane is very familiar with, so I don't think it's going to be a walkover for United. And let's not forget, even if United defeats Bayern Munich, they have to pray for a Christmas miracle and expect Copenhagen and Galatasaray to just go on and play a draw. How possible is that going to be? Let me start with an ex-Manchester United fan, KAFTAN.
Their chances are actually very slim, to be honest, and it's going to be a miracle, like you've said, because they had the game in their hands yesterday to actually put themselves, give themselves the opportunity to actually qualify, like with a strongly to qualify strongly. But now it's going to be very difficult for them to qualify because Bayern Munich, I heard someone saying yesterday that Bayern Munich, if anyone thinks Bayern Munich are going to be casual about it, they should just ask Barca fans. They'll know more about Bayern. They're always ruthless, especially when it comes to big teams. They are not going to just rest on the fact that they've qualified. They are going to do their best to win because it's a bragging rights game also.
The fact that, against Bayern Munich, they lost 4-3.
Yeah.
Now they are scoring goals. Højlund is scoring goals. Everybody United is scoring goals. It's like the goals are pouring in.
Yeah.
Now, against Galatasaray, the first time they met, they led twice, and they still lost.
Yeah.
Against Copenhagen, they also led. They were leading 2-0, and that game ended 4-3 in favor of Copenhagen.
Yeah.
The same thing yesterday. They were leading 2-0. In fact, at some point, it was 3-1. What happened? Was it the substitution made by Erik ten Hag, removing Højlund?
Yeah, the manager has to take a lot of responsibility for the defeat. And he actually did after the game. He came out to say the loss or the draw or the result anyways was for him, like he took the responsibility. And like Alex Ferguson famously said, he says, attack win you games, defense win you titles. If you are to progress in this sort of competition where you are facing some of the best teams in the world, you need to be strong defensively, not just individually. A lot of people can point to Nana's error, but you could see the game was in the balance. It was very open towards the end. And it boils down to the manager to calm his stay, especially when they went 3-1 up.
Yeah.
And you are at a stadium where they said, welcome to hell. You should know that at that point.
When I saw that, I thought it was a joke.
It wasn't.
Like, if I was it might just mess with my
Harry Kane famously said that he was playing in the stadium early on in this campaign and he couldn't hear a single word his teammates were saying to him because it was so loud in the stadium. The way they built the stadium, I heard it's like it channels the sound, like the noise, into like the pitch, and it makes it so difficult and intimidating for the players. So it's actually a very difficult ground to win. So the fact they went 3-1 up they should have won that game, and it's why Fernandez was saying they should have been smarter about it. So it's a very disappointing result, but nevertheless, miracles still happen. A
very disappointing result it was actually for United. You know, at some point, because I have so many United friends, I felt bad for them, you know.
Are you sure?
When they were leading, you know, let me tell you the truth. When they were leading 2-0, I was okay. I was indifferent. But then when I saw the scoreline and it was 3-3, I felt really bad. I'm like, now so they go there, you know. Come on, we're gonna win game now. How far? You understand? So that's how I felt. And people were just sending messages, such Man United. And you know, just a couple of days back, I could not hear a single word. Garnacho, that's the name that was ringing in my head. Like, there's even a post, they're like, Chelsea fans go saying, you know. So at some point, I felt gutted as a Chelsea fan that I am. But then again, I felt really bad for them. I think they could have done better. But do you blame Onana for yesterday's defeat, though?
The mistake started from the coach.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, when they were 3-1 ahead of Galatasaray, and he made those two substitutions. It was around 54 minutes. He brought in, he changed Højlund and changed his number 6 defensive midfielder, Amrabat. In fact, Amrabat was even angry.
Going off.
He was angry going off. Why were you removing Amrabat and bringing in that small boy? Because that boy performed
Kobe Meno.
Okay, Meno. I mean, that's like the revelation.
Because he performed in their previous match.
I mean, will you blame him though?
Amrabat was booked.
He was booked.
Yes, so
he was booked.
So you might understand.
Why
because you know Amrabat is very physical.
At 54 minutes, the substitution was so early. So immediately they moved Amrabat. Amrabat felt bad. In fact,
you could see it visibly.
The person I was staying close to.
Yes.
I told him, if I'm Amrabat, I'll be angry. First of all, it was looking like it was an insult. Let's remove the yellow card part. Man, that boy has not been in such a presence before.
Yes,
that small boy.
Yes.
And
in
then
kind of situation.
In that situation.
Yes.
And what do you call it? Højlund, that was removed. Tactically disbalanced the
because it brings energy.
Højlund was pressing, and if you observe, their defenders were attracted to him. So Anthony and Garnacho had the free will to express themselves. Immediately they removed Højlund and Amrabat and brought in Marshall. I told the person I was close to that, watch out, this game. It was so open. It was so predictable. Even when it was 3-1, the commentator said that it would be an insult to Manchester United
if they don't start this game.
These guys come back again. For him to say that thing, he saw that it was.
I think he understood what it was going to mean for United. Honest chances. I mean, how do you win a game and expect someone else to draw or lose? No, not lose, draw. Because if any of those teams win, it's
it's very difficult.
Do you understand?
Especially when they are trying to qualify also.
I mean, they are literally fighting for their life.
Galatasaray, they were just playing like prime Real Madrid. They weren't even playing like there was something
on the line.
They were just relaxed, playing their games, and the goals were coming. And if you watch the goals they scored, it was well arranged, well placed, tactical goals. If it was not those world class individual brilliant goals from Bruno and this, they would have lost that match. They would have, because you could see that Bruno's goal has nothing to do with the
team.
You get
the tactics.
Tactics. Nothing.
But Bruno's goal was brilliant. Even Garnacho.
Excellent.
That's what I'm saying. That was a piece of individual brilliance, not like a collective team.
Truly. And I don't know why they still criticize a player like Bruno Fernandes. I think he has literally carried Manchester.
Honestly, he's back. He must be feeling.
I'm sure he's feeling, somehow heavy.
Since he's been at Man United, he has scored the most goals. I believe he's had so many assists,
and he has done the most.
And imagine he played for a team like Man City. Come on, he would have done so much more.
He would have even won the treble by now.
Of course.
Bruno is someone that is very spontaneous and expressive in nature.
He
doesn't
and very emotional.
Yes, he's very emotional.
He shows it.
He shows it immediately. And sometimes, as the leader, if you don't have that ability to absorb
control your emotion.
Yes, it's true.
So that's a part he should work on.
Yes, he will learn.
So that's
hopefully he learns. Anyways, team that has made it to the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League: PSV, Arsenal, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig, Dortmund, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Real Sociedad, Lazio, and Inter Milan, who will be joining them.
What Man United?
Man United has to fight hard, and they have to. I told the United fan, just pray for a Christmas miracle. I think that's all you need, just a Christmas miracle. And when that happens, they might just be on their way to the last 16. Although I doubt that, but let's just fingers crossed. Hopefully that happens. Anyways, let's not just talk about Manchester United. Let's talk about Napoli's game against Real Madrid.
Yes, the champions. Thank you.
The champions? I thought City are the champions, though.
Like the all-time champion.
Okay, and let's not forget, let's start switch from Manchester United to Real Madrid. Not quite long, but I can understand why he did that, though. I mean, the only team in this world that will give you peace has to be Real Madrid.
Exactly, they wear white for God.
Do you agree with me, Bezalel?
In the way, looking at the history and current performance, they've been very consistent. They have the way of getting results. That's just it. And
the fact that only the big boys get to play for Real Madrid. So it's a team that just have this swag, easy. Like, they don't do too much. They just, you just relax being a Real Madrid fan. You're chill.
The best thing about Real Madrid is they're a well-run club. From the president to how they sign players to the scouts, how they, the quality of players. Like I said, they've signed Rodrigo, Vinicius, Valverde, the young guy that scored yesterday, Nico Paz, Jude Bellingham. They have, these guys are going to be there for the next 10 years. So I have 10 more years of peace.
Okay. And again, let's commend Florentino Perez.
Yes.
I think that man is a good businessman.
Honestly.
I watched David Beckham's documentary. I think that was a couple of months ago. Yeah. And I remember when Real Madrid played United, and I remember Zidane had, whispered to Beckham's ear that come to Real Madrid. Yeah. And I remember Florentino Perez, contacting him and asking him to come to Real Madrid at the time that Real Madrid had the best players in the world. They had Delima, Ronaldo, they have the Galacticos. Yes, they were the Galacticos. At the time, they had Zidane, Roberto Carlos. They were so good. Luis Figo. Thank you. And there was no need for Beckham, in my opinion. But then again, Florentino Perez brought in Beckham. And when he brought Beckham to that team, the city of Madrid went wow. The ladies, everybody wanted to come watch Real Madrid, and the revenue, money was coming in. There was just so much happening in Madrid, and they're obviously the only team everybody wants to watch. So I think we must commend Florentino Perez year after year. The way he has managed to handle that club. Even when a player like Ronaldo left the team, it didn't stop there for being Real Madrid that every player dreams of playing for. So I don't blame you if you want to move to Real Madrid. Anyway, let's talk about the game though. Real Madrid, Napoli. Did you guys watch that game?
Yes, it was a brilliant game.
Okay.
To say the very least. Napoli started the game very well. Simeone, the son of Atletico Madrid's coach, even.
Yeah, he scored I was so happy watching him.
He scored the opening goal. It was a very good goal. He also had other chances to even score, so he was very good. Simeone is just coming back from injury, so they are not trying to rush him so much. But when he came also, he did very well. But Real Madrid, watching the game, even when Napoli went ahead, I was I was just calm.
I was so calm.
I was chill. So when Real Madrid, you could see the quality of Bellingham. sometimes people say it's just like a tapping merchant, like someone that just scores, that doesn't contribute. But when you watch him, he plays 100% all the time, like full energy, going back to defend, running forward, and you could see the equalizer, a beautiful header, beautiful assist also from David Alaba. So much quality around this Real Madrid team that you just have to be calm, and that's why Ancelotti is the perfect manager. Like, you just see him nonchalant, his hands on his waist.
That's what I feel like.
He trusts them. He trusts the players. He doesn't overburden them with things. So, and the game was just a very good game. Bellingham had man of the match also. So Real Madrid, they are also going to be like contending for the title once again.
They're always. I don't think there's ever a season where Real Madrid are not in contention. Exactly. Let's not forget before. Well, even now, if you want to win the Champions League, you have to beat Real Madrid. That's it. Just beat Real Madrid. Before I would say Barcelona, but not Barcelona anymore. Come on. You just have to beat Real Madrid and win it.
At some point, it was Chelsea.
Really?
Yes, there was a period for
Chelsea?
4 straight seasons. If you beat Chelsea in the quarterfinals or in the semi-finals, you carry the championship.
From 2008 to 2012,
yes,
Chelsea reached the finals of the Champions League in Moscow. They reached the semi-finals against Barcelona, that infamous game. They reached I think the quarterfinals or the semi-final. Inter won them in 2010, I think. And then the 2012 they won it, so that's a valid point.
And that's how Drogba became a legend. Anyways, I think I understand you when you say. But Osimhen got a goal yesterday, but it was disallowed. I don't know if Napoli is going to make it out of that group though. It's going to be very hard for them too.
It will be difficult, but they have the quality, and with the new manager also, it's been difficult for them, especially since the now Italian manager left, Luciano Spalletti. It's been difficult. The previous manager that got sacked, I never felt he was in control of the team. Like earlier in the season, he was benching Osimhen, removing him from games. Like, you don't do that.
That's Rudy Garcia, right?
Yes, Rudy Garcia, exactly. So I felt he didn't have the backing of the dressing room because of the way he handled the players. But I think there's more to come from the new manager anyway. So,
but then again, Zola is already tipping Osimhen to go to Real Madrid, saying that he's the perfect man for that job. Me, I don't know, but I still want him to come to Chelsea though. But then again, if Real Madrid is the place he's going to find, his foot in, I just hope injury does not.
It's a really great move for Nigeria.
Of course, I don't think I've seen a Nigerian play for Real Madrid.
I would be happy if
Osimhen goes.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I think I will be happy
I'll
too.
be happy
I want him to
see
go to
Osimhen go to Real Madrid.
Yes.
My emotions, Chelsea fans are too porous and insatiable. They won't be patient enough to
give him time.
Give Osimhen time if he enters and gets into a run.
Yes, when he's not doing so well.
When he's not doing well. Yeah. Madrid, I think he will sit well in Madrid. They have Vini, they have Rodrigo.
He's going to have so much support.
They are just looking for.
Yes.
No, if Osimhen goes to Madrid, I don't think the need for Kylian Mbappe will be that.
No, and that's why they have a big decision.
No, speaking of Kylian Mbappe, now PSG. PSG are, let's say, on the brink of elimination because PSG, AC Milan and Newcastle, they're all fighting for a place in the last 16 and they all stand a chance. But who stands the most chance? And of course, surprisingly, Dortmund
have qualified already.
How did that happen? Now, when I saw the draw, everybody termed that group the group of deaths. And we expected, of course, PSG to come out tops, but no. No, PSG are fighting for their lives as we speak. How is it going to be if PSG goes to the Europa League? I think it will expose the kind of club they are.
Yes. I was telling someone about PSG.
Yeah?
The problem they are going through I think is more of the league they are playing.
Yes.
The PSG, I see PSG as a student who is in a government school, per se. And
no offense to government schools though.
And when in government school you see yourself coming first position, second position, because you're not stressing.
The competition is not hard,
and the competition is not there. And your parents decide to change you to one private school and you see yourself maybe first term, second term, 30-something, 20-something.
Yeah.
It's the competition.
Yes.
And no matter how much world-class players you bring, they will feel reluctant because they are not stressing themselves to get the results.
Exactly.
But when they get to the big stage, it becomes difficult because
you
cannot switch. You are either not fit enough, or you guys are not blended together as a team to
in
win
difficult situations.
Yes, to win those guys because, and funny enough, if you pick those set of players and take them to a tougher league, with time
they will improve,
and might even win that league. But they don't have a competition in that team. You can see that they've always had good coaches come there, the likes of Ancelotti.
Thank you. He spoke about Ancelotti.
Thomas Tuchel, he was the closest.
So I think Unai Emery too.
Yes, Unai Emery.
So it's not a coach factor. Then you're talking of players. You have the side. They
had Beckham, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Lionel Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Come on, bro.
Yes.
It's just not working. I mean, Ronaldo played in the Europa League. Let's not forget about that. So if Mbappe plays in the Europa League,
it's not the end of
the world.
Exactly.
I mean, at least if he can win it, it's something. Not everybody gets to win all the competition in Europe.
Exactly.
But there's only one player who has done that though. He's none other than the Chelsea man himself. Emerson Palmieri. Yeah, he did it. But not while he was in Chelsea though. He had to move. So with West Ham, he won the Conference League. But then again, back to my question: who's going to join Dortmund in the last 16?
I think I'm sure Milan.
Milan?
I have no hope.
There's no hope in Milan. Okay, let me hear why you said Milan though.
Dortmund will be playing
PSG.
Yes.
And they've qualified, bear in mind.
Yes, Dortmund.
And it's PSG Dortmund. And when it comes to two giants, you know,
Dortmund, PSG.
Yes.
And honestly, if you look at the way PSG Newcastle ended, you could see that there is something somewhere, somehow, that wants PSG to qualify.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it could come against Dortmund.
True.
And they wouldn't even have anything to lose. Newcastle. True. The best result Milan might come out with will be draw. So it will either tell on Newcastle
or PSG. My heart, I actually want Newcastle to qualify simply because they have been going through the most recently with injuries and
how did they go to the most? I don't know.
They've had so many injuries.
Chelsea 4-1. How are they going through the most?
Do you know in that game they didn't make it? They made substitutions, but they had 3 goalkeepers on their bench.
Okay.
That tells you they don't have any other. That was why it was so disappointing for Chelsea, because aside from the first team that gave their all in that short time frame they did to score those 4 goals, immediately the coach had to bring them off because he knew the PSG game was coming up, and it was the same players. So these players, they've had so many injuries, they've had to fight to still be in this position. Even if they don't qualify, they have to be proud of themselves for the performance in their first Champions League in a long time, being in the group of death and holding their own, because no team,
not just holding their own, picking 4 points.
Exactly.
Yeah, picking 4 points from Paris Saint-Germain.
Exactly. But my head is still telling me, like my learned colleague said, that PSG will make it. But it's going to be it's going to be a fascinating watch anyways.
I think if I'm being realistic, I think PSG will make it out of that group. That's me being realistic. Yeah. But then again, if I want maybe another Christmas miracle, I think AC Milan should qualify from that group. I'm praying and hoping that AC Milan.
I think AC Milan, their chances when they lost this
Dortmund
game to and Dortmund, like you said, you were very surprised. I can tell you that after Newcastle in this group, Dortmund are the best coached team. Like they are the proper team. Like no individual. It's just a team, a proper, well-coached team. And that's how football should be. Honestly. They've qualified. And Newcastle, that was the same. If Newcastle had, Isak scored the goal, he didn't play the first leg against, he didn't play both legs against Dortmund.
He was injured.
He was injured. And that's why I said, if Newcastle had all their players available, they would have even done better than they've done. So I think PSG, watching the game, you could see they were missing experience. They had opportunities. They were unlucky also. They had so many chances they could not score. They were missing someone like Verratti. When I was watching the game, I was just thinking of Verratti. That guy has so much experience. So that, aside from PSG, are similar to Chelsea in the sense that they have so many talented players.
Really?
Yes, but they are not finding. It's easy for them in their league because the league is not as strong as the Premier League. Chelsea will do better in another league easily. But Premier League is very difficult, so to expose any little lapses. So PSG just need a proper.
Anyways, we said it all. If we are being realistic, yes, I want to believe PSG should be joining Dortmund in the last 16. Well, that's much you can take on the show for today. Let's not forget the Europa League returns tonight, and Liverpool, West Ham, even Aston Villa, even Victor Boniface's Bayer Leverkusen will be playing tonight, so watch out for those games.
To break
hopefully. Thank you so much, Kesta.
Thank you,
Bezalel. I had an amazing time with you guys today.
Yes,
well, let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow. I remain dearest Umba. Have a wonderful day. Bye.